Hello everyone, it's End Times Talk here and wanted to come at you with an update video as to what's going on with Israel and Russia and the Ukraine and the US and Iran and all these things that are happening where everything's kind of turning into a blender of war is what it kind of feels like. There's just so many ingredients being added in, like we don't even know what this is going to be yet. But we do know that this is starting to line up with some prophecies in Ezekiel 38 and 39 that we're starting to see a shift from how Russia and Israel used to have decent relations at least, but now it's degrading extremely fast, okay? Especially because of Russia's involvement with Iran. Iran has been sending kamikaze drones and surface-to-surface missiles over to Russia. There's also proof that Iranian Guard is over in Russia and in the Ukraine teaching Russians how to use their technology and helping train with the Russians, okay? And Iranians are learning how to maneuver in cities, which is also threatening Israel because Israel sees it as, well, if you keep training the Iranians in warfare, then they're going to come at us in our cities. And this is another reason why Israel is kind of like, well, we should probably help the Ukraine because Russia's become an enemy of Israel, is basically what I'm seeing. They're just not wanting to say it. The U.S. has totally they're helping the Ukraine, but they don't want to be part of Israel, obviously because of the Biden administration. They kind of want nothing to do with it, but they also have said also that they're not going to get involved with Israel's decisions to help the Ukraine either. Of course, because the secular administration could care less about God's people. They just care about their own political means. Now, on the other side of the coin, Israel's being asked to provide the Iron Dome technology for the Ukraine that has a 90% shoot down success rate. I mean, if you have ever seen the Iron Dome in action, there's video out there, and not to mention, Israel has been being attacked from the Gaza Strip and the West Bank because they're shooting rockets at them, and there's also been some bombings that Israel's had to do to take out weapons depots that are in the Gaza Strip and in the West Bank. This is heating up really fast, folks. World War III is brewing. It's going to start in the Middle East, I think, in also the Far East, Eastern Europe and the Ukraine and Russia. I think all of this is leading into World War III. America obviously will be smack dab in the center of it as well, but I think Israel is becoming more of a focus point in this war. Benjamin Netanyahu is the new prime minister of Israel. Praise be to God. We need a man of God like him in authority in Israel that's not going to take any baloney from foreign administrations. We need a man that will stand up for the Jews and stand up for Christians, and I think Benjamin Netanyahu is that man. I know that Benjamin Netanyahu, it's not off the table for Israel to preemptively attack Iran before they get a nuclear bomb. I do know that they feel extremely threatened by Iran. I know that Israel has basically said they're not going to give Ukraine the Iron Dome as of now, but they're mulling over actually giving them some early warning systems that allow the Ukrainians to take cover sooner. Okay, but Israel has given military communication technology to the Ukraine, so already Israel's involved. Russia has stated that if Israel becomes involved any further, especially with missile defense systems, air defense systems, that they would retaliate against Israel. This could be through a cyber attack. This could be through providing information and funds and weaponry back to Iran to attack Israel. But this is heating up very fast, folks, and it aligns with the Ezekiel 38 and 39 prophecies. Now, it says in the Bible, and we're going to get into scripture here, it says in the Bible that God would turn Russia back from what they're doing, first off, okay? So that's a war with Ukraine. If it's going to happen like that before the Ukrainian war is over with. And it says that God would cause them to think an evil thought, that they would come down to Israel to take a plunder, to take a spoil of goods. And I think this also represents that Russia would be in need financially of funds. I think this war could go on for a little bit, and then we could see Russia decide to come against Israel with multiple Islamic nations like Iran, Turkey, Libya, Ethiopia. All these nations are prophesied to come against Israel in a giant, massive army. And it says in Ezekiel 38 and 39 that God will supernaturally deliver Israel from this military attack, and he'll use flooding, massive rainfall, massive hailstones, and it says blood mingled with fire and brimstone. So I'm thinking volcanic activity or meteors from the sky, but either way, this is what the Bible talks about, how this military campaign will be destroyed that's going to come against God's people. I think that there's a little bit of space yet in time for us to watch this start to develop, but I think all the cards are being laid out on the table and all the factors are beginning to become apparent as to why uh, Ezekiel 38 and 39 would happen soon. Okay? Like, we're not far out from this, people. And I just want to make you guys aware of what's going on in the Middle East and in the Ukraine. This is very heated, and not to mention North Korea and South Korea are firing missiles at each other. It's not exactly hitting anything; it's falling in the water, but it's happening, folks. This is China behind it too. I mean, this is multi-pronged in so many ways. So please stay tuned for more updates. May God bless you and may God keep you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.